Welcome to this quick yoga flow, perfect to do first thing in the morning if you've been sitting for extended periods of time, or if you're short on time and are just trying to fit a little bit of movement into your day. It's going to be a short one, so let's get started right away, sitting in a kneeling position at the back of our mats. I'm going to face this way so you can have a better view. But let's just come to sit upright, bring the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Shoulders can reach up towards the ears, and then we can relax them down behind the back. And take a few breaths here. You can keep the eyes closed down or focused on a point in front of you. Hands in the lap. Let's just take a few breaths here to check in with the body. Notice how you're feeling today. Maybe you have a busy day ahead of you, or you've had a long day that's already passed. Let's see if we can leave that all behind for the next few moments. Focus on the breath and allow ourselves to get grounded and make space in the body. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and then exhale out the mouth. We'll start by taking some gentle bends in the neck. Let's bring the left ear to the left shoulder. As you exhale, inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop the head in the other direction. We'll take this a few times, following your own breath. Try to slow this one down here, just checking in. And then let's start to roll the head, bringing the chin down through the center, and then dropping the ear to one side. Very similar movement, but maybe you can feel a little bit deeper into the side of the neck, a little more in the back. Bring the head upright, and this time we're going to bring the arms out and clasp the hands so we can bring them behind the head. Elbows are going to be open wide here. And then we're going to inhale, allow the chest to come forward as we slightly look up. And as we exhale, let's bring the elbows closer together. The chin's going to come into the chest and we're going to round through the back. Let's repeat this movement a few times here. Kind of like a seated cat-cow, but incorporating a little bit more of the shoulders. On your next inhale, bring the arms out wide. We're going to cross the right arm in front of us and then use the left hand to pull it in closer to the body. Breathe deeply here. And then we're going to inhale, bring the right arm up and behind us. We're going to flip the palm. So the palm is going to come back between the shoulder blades towards the back of the neck. We're just reaching down towards the middle of our back. And then we're going to use the left hand to gently grab a hold of the right elbow and start to encourage it over to the left side. Maybe we push the head back into the arm a little bit, making sure our posture is straight. And breathe here, really stretching through this side of the body here. One more breath. And then let's release, bring the arms out wide, and then we're going to cross the other arm in front of the chest. Pull it in as we continue to breathe. And then lift that left arm up and bring it down behind the back. Use the right hand to gently pull the left elbow over to the right side. Lean the head back into the arm. Let's slowly release the arms here. And we're just going to walk our hands forward and come into a child's pose with the knees together here. Bring the forehead to the mat. And this time let's bring the fingertips to the mat and tent the palms. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch in the forearms here. Flatten the hands, and we're just going to pull our bodies forward so we come flat on the belly here. We're gonna meet in Sphinx pose. So the elbows are gonna be underneath the shoulders. We're gonna bring the fingertips wide and firmly plant them into the ground. Tops of the feet and the pelvis are also pushing into the ground. And let's open the chest up so the collarbones are able to shine forward. Maybe we look up slightly and we breathe here. Trying to avoid slouching in this posture. We really want to lift from the upper back body, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Kind of like we're almost about to drag ourselves forwards on our mat. And then from here, we're going to take this left hand. We're just going to bring it diagonal. You can even bring it out in front of you so it's parallel with the front of your mat, whichever is comfortable for you. And then we're going to reach back for the right foot and pull it in towards the body, stretching through this right quad. So this can look different for a lot of people. Maybe you're able to pull the foot in and hook the right arm over the toes. Maybe the foot's a little bit further away and you need to grab onto the pants. This is another great place to use a strap if you have one, or a towel. But wherever you are, just take a few breaths, and if this doesn't work for you at all, just come all the way down. Bring the ear or the forehead to the mat and do this completely flat on the belly. So I gave you a lot of options. Choose one that works for you, and we'll breathe 3 more breaths. And then slowly release without slingshotting the leg out behind us. And then mindfully come back through center. And let's just switch to the other side. So whichever variation you took, try to mirror that. It may not look the same on both sides, but we know where we're going toward. And then just breathe. And then slowly release. We're going to lower the body down just to push ourselves back up through a tabletop position. Keep the toes tucked under. The hands are planted underneath the shoulders. Really grind down through the toes and the hands. And then we're going to engage the core, pull your belly button in towards the spine, and then pull ourselves upright. So we're hovering about an inch above the ground for 3, for 2, and on 1, we're going to lift our tailbones up towards the sky. The legs are going to straighten and the heels are going to come down towards the ground. If you need to keep a slight bend in the knees, that's totally fine here. But we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. And just breathe here, check in. Make sure the shoulders aren't all up by the ears. Make sure the hands and the feet are hip distance apart, maybe wider. Feel free to adjust in a way that's comfortable to you. And then from here, we're just going to lift from the right heel. So we pull this right leg up, 3-leg dog. And then as we inhale, we're going to pull that knee in towards the center, and we're going to step it up between the hands. You can take 1 step or 2, however you want to get there. But whenever you do land, we're going to drop our back knee down to the mat. And then from here, we're actually going to lift our arms up into this lunge. Arms reach up towards the sky, right? There's still integrity in the lower body. So pull that right hip crease back and really press the left one forward here. Inhale, grow a little taller through the spine, and as you exhale, allow the elbows to come wide. Shoulder blades are going to squeeze together. We cactus the arms, the chest opens. Maybe we slightly bend through the back. From here, we're going to release the hands, but this time they're going to come to the inside of the right foot. We might heel toe it out a little bit and come into lizard. And breathe here. And as you exhale, let's shift the hips back, straighten through the right leg, and we'll come into a half split variation. Right toes are flexed towards the face. Come back forward, and from here we're going to heel toe that right foot in the opposite direction towards the left side of the mat, and we're going to drop the right leg down into pigeon. So the right leg, the right shin is going to be parallel to the front of the mat, or you can begin to move that right heel in closer to the body. We want the hips to be square. And if you need to, this is a great place to maybe stick a block under you, fold up a blanket, a towel to bring the ground closer. But if not, that left leg should be straight back behind you. And wherever you are, continue to breathe deeply and start to walk the hands forward, dropping the chest to the ground. We can stay up here on the forearms, or feel free to walk further to bring the forehead down. Wherever is comfortable, the forehead can even rest on the hands. And we'll just be here for a few moments. On your next inhale, press into the ground and lift your upper body back up. Firmly plant the hands. Start to tuck the back toes under, and we're going to make our way into downward dog. So maybe we shift through tabletop, or maybe we're able to swing the right leg back as we lift the hips up towards the sky here. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. And then on your next inhale, the left knee is going to come into the center and step up in between the hands. We'll repeat on this other side. So as we step up, we're going to drop our right knee down to the mat. The arms are going to lift up towards the sky, and we'll meet here in this lunge. Allowing this left hip crease to pull back as the right one pushes forward. Inhale to find length up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms, open them wide, open through the chest here. Drop the hands on the inside of the left foot. Maybe we heel toe it out a little bit further. And then we'll take lizard for a few beats. And then on your next exhale, shift the hips back in space as you straighten through the left leg, and we'll come into half splits. Again, the left leg doesn't need to be completely straight here. We just want to keep the left toes flexed toward the face, and we're working to straighten this leg out as we keep the hips square. Roll back over that left foot as you come forward. And then from here, we're going to heel toe the left foot over to the right side of the mat. Come into pigeon. Left shin is parallel, or walk that left heel in closer to the body. Really ground down through that back leg, and hips are square. We don't want to be leaning too far to one side or the other. And then as you take your next exhale, begin to walk the body forward and fold, surrendering to the ground as you did with the other leg. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, press into the ground, lift the upper body back upright, plant the hands, curl the right toes under, and then we'll make our way into a downward facing dog once more. Once we make our way here, let's actually drop the knees. Bring the big toes together, the knees out as wide as you would like. Let's drop the hips back into a child's pose and bring the forehead to the ground once more. Inhale, begin to walk the body back upright. Bring the knees together. Let's lift the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, left hand comes to the right knee, right hand comes behind and twist. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. Allow the palms to land in your lap, however is comfortable. Take a few more deep breaths here. Offer yourself some gratitude for showing up, getting on your mat today. And I will end the practice here. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to get your blood flowing. And I will see you guys soon.